Protected and preserved in its wild state, a place of serenity lingers only a few miles from urban civilization. And once one witnesses the beauty of its natural vegetation and majestic mountain views, for each person who explores it, the discovery will become one's own personal adventure. McDowell Mountain Regional Park is a vast yet soothing retreat that spreads out before you. Encompassing over 21,000 acres of lush Sonoran desert and abundant vitality of wildlife, McDowell Mountain Regional Park is bounded on the east by the Fort McDowell Indian Reservation, located 15 miles northeast of Scottsdale and 4 miles north of Fountain Hills.
Our outstanding characteristic, obviously, are the saguaro cactus, but we also have a variety of smaller cacti that people discover as they travel through the hiking trails or picnic areas. People like that because it is unique. You cannot find that in other parts of the United States to the extent you can find it at McDowell Park.
We have over 40 miles of hiking trails here, and we have a group campground for those who like to come out in a group and camp as a group. We have individual campsites. We have 80 individual campsites for those who just have a motorhome or a tent that want to come out and camp on their own or with their family. We have a youth group area for church groups, for Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts.
What has also transpired in McDowell Park is we decided, based on customer demand, that there's a need for even more campgrounds. So several years ago, we modernized our campgrounds and we provide hookups so you can bring in a RV and plug in. We have water, we have showers, we have wonderful bathroom facilities.
We have a large picnic area, 2 picnic areas, matter of fact, that have about 120 tables altogether for those who just want to come out and have a good time picnicking.
My favorite area of the park is in Palo Verde picnic area called the North Trail. You can see a lot of wildlife.
If you come out looking for the wildlife, one of the best places is right here in the wash. Okay, it's a lot cooler. They like to come down here. It's really nice in the morning to come down through the wash. You can see the cottontails running, and the jackrabbits, and the lizards. That's where you're going to really see a lot of wildlife.
You can often see the coyotes that are out in packs. In the early morning, sometimes you can catch the packs of javelina that are out. Often in the evenings, you can see deer, and during the day, you can see the snakes and the lizards.
This park provides a beautiful vista for birds.
We have a little bit of everything that's supposed to be in the Sonoran Desert.
Well, I think McDowell Mountain Regional Park is not only important to us as people who volunteer here and work here, but I think it's important for the people of the valley. It gives them a place to come and see the wildlife and the outdoors, and they can hike and camp and mountain bike.
When the park system at McDowell was initially acquired, the thought was this would be used extensively by people with horses and for riding purposes and for some picnicking and camping. And what's transpired over the years is it's also become a site that's used extensively for mountain biking. They've rediscovered that you can go out without a horse and use mountain trails. And so we find in this park some of the best mountain trail areas in the United States. Actually, it has been selected for the Cactus Cup, which is one of the top mountain bike races in the world.
Yet, in the summer of 1995, the spectacle and lushness of McDowell Mountain Regional Park almost came to an end.
The Rio fire started in the summer of 1995. And to many of us, it was a devastating fire. It affected 14,000 acres of this 21,000 acre park. It was devastating in the sense it was hot, it moved rapidly, and it took out many of our saguaro cactus. The results of that fire were at first a whole sense of disarray and hopelessness. But our park system, along with the community that surrounds the park, decided we weren't going to allow that to happen. We knew that we couldn't go out and plant new saguaro cactus and recover all of the thousands that were lost. But we did know that nature would help us if we helped nature. And so we were able to get plant seeds from a variety of groups, and we used some of those, and we spread them. And then we allowed nature to do its work. Now the park is recovering. The animals and critters are all starting to come back.
We realize that we can't revegetate the entire park, but we're trying to at least make the areas where people go look a little bit more attractive, and I believe that we have done that.
I think one of the things that we must realize in America and in McDowell Park and in Maricopa County is although these resources have been here for over 40 years and they are protected at this time, we have to be continually vigilant about that. We have to not take things for granted, and we need to sometimes say we're willing to support those things, even though they may cost us some additional dollars.
A lot of the parks in the east, they have their own culture. The grassy parks, the wooded parks, and this certainly in this part of Arizona is a different type of a park. It's a Western themed park, and we really strive to preserve our history here. We want to preserve the desert just like it is for generations to come.
You did real well, Bob. Oh, thanks.
And for many young people, by providing trails and areas that they can go out and learn about nature, they also get a sense of fulfillment that is very difficult for many of us today living in urban and developed areas where there is no sense of the wilderness, no sense of challenge. And so when you mix those things together, you find that it brings the fullness of life. It also helps civilize us as a society, and it also enriches us because it allows us to relax with what was always part of this country, and that is these beautiful wildernesses.